Mugabe has been accused of rigging elections for 18 years. Now finally, here's the evidence. There is no secret vote in Zimbabwe. These men are compelled to vote for Robert Mugabe under the personal supervision of one of his war veterans.
0, 1.
Each vote is logged against their ID number.
1.
It will be easy to know who didn't vote for ZANU-PF. They are also watched as they mark their ballot.
They're standing right in front of you when you cast your vote. They watch. Shambira definitely sees your vote. There's no way of hiding it. I was thinking I could vote when he wasn't looking, but he was watching like a hawk. Even if he doesn't see you cast your vote, he will see it when he folds the ballot paper. Obviously, if someone is standing right in front of you when you vote, they can see how you voted.
The man who risked his life to show how war veterans like Shambira stole the vote for Mugabe is called Shepherd Yuda.
I've decided to leave Zimbabwe. It is a painful decision that I should leave.
Two months ago, Yuda's uncle, a known supporter of the MDC, was murdered by ZANU-PF. For Yuda, it was the last straw. He decided to make this film with a secret camera flown out to him by the Guardian newspaper in London. We've blurred some of the footage for the safety of those speaking. For 13 years, Shepherd Yuda has worked in prisons in Harare. This is where opponents of Mugabe's regime now find themselves, sharing cells with murderers and rapists.
How can a government that claims to be democratically elected kill its people, murder its people, torture its people?
Here in the red Arsenal tracksuit is Tendai Biti. Harare's best-known MP doesn't know he's being filmed as his leg irons are removed. Biti is very calm. This man could be Zimbabwe's next president. He smiles, says he's all right and has no complaints. On this very day, he's to go to court. He's charged with treason. He does get bail, but the trial will go ahead. If he's found guilty, he could face the gallows. Shepherd Yuda is in awe at Tendai Biti's bravery.
I was so touched because the man of his status to be reduced to such levels, to be put in a criminal institution, it's very, very sad.
Shepherd Yuda also secretly filmed the women political prisoners. This woman, Jenny Williams, is a mother of 3 children. She leads Zimbabwe's biggest women's organisation. She was jailed with 13 others for organising a protest march against Mugabe. Food from their supporters is passed through the fence.
This election, I've never seen that type of violence. The impact has left a lot of orphans. It has left a lot of people displaced. You see, you cannot expect that from your government.
Back among the prison guards, Shepherd Yuda records a growing sense of fear as the election approaches. There's talk of increased violence inside Harare. Again, we've blurred the images for the safety of those speaking.
ZANU-PF are saying they want to evict all prison officers who support MDC. I think it's Superintendent Shambira who gave a list of MDC supporters to ZANU-PF officials.
This is the same ZANU-PF's Shambira who's to oversee the ballot among the prison officers. He's friendly on the surface, but this man is feared.
ZANU-PF came looking for one officer. They told his wife that she and her husband had to get out of the house within 24 hours. They came back the next day to beat her up. She wasn't there.
They talk about the so-called bases, which are springing up in private houses all over town. Previously, the ZANU-PF bases were found out in the countryside. Now they've reached the capital. Ordinary people are abducted and forced to go to nighttime re-education rallies in these base houses.
I am forced to go and guard the bases all through the night after my shift here. The base is actually just somebody's house. They cordon off the whole street. It becomes a no-go area. These people are killers, the thugs that ZANU-PF are using.
One prison officer has learned that his wife has been taken by ZANU-PF that very morning.
In my area, there's a lot of tension. ZANU-PF thugs came to my house as soon as I left for work today. They abducted my wife. They took her to the base.
They still haven't released his wife. Can you imagine what's going on? They could be raping her as we speak.
So it is very, very unfair for Mugabe to claim that this is a democratic country. This is a one-party state country.
It's in the hands of the international community now. They've seen what's going on. Thabo Mbeki has betrayed us. He didn't want to come down hard on Mugabe. Instead, he kept going on and on about Pan-Africanism.
A big meeting is suddenly called at the prison. Top-ranking officials from the prison service have arrived to tell Shepherd Yuda and the other prison officers who to vote for. Attendance is compulsory. The message is clear. There will be only one winner. Tsvangirai will never be president. Outside the prison, this woman is so fearful, she's preparing to pretend that she's voted.
Ndiri kuisa nokuti kuvhota kuri kumanikidzirwa saka ndandisina kurejista saka vari kuti anenge asina kuvhota achauya achitorwa vachauya kana president Mugabe vakaruza vachauya vachitora vese vasina kuvhota anenge aurayiwa ende vachakanda kwausingazofa kwaonekwa.
A few days before the election, Shepherd Yuda and his colleagues are suddenly sent for. They go to their staff offices where they are told they must cast their votes by postal ballot from this very office. Yuda films as the prison officers give their voter identification number to Superintendent Shambira. The atmosphere in the room seems benign, but it's deceptive. Everyone voting knows that Shambira has the power to condemn them as MDC supporters. All secrecy is betrayed. Finally, it's Shepherd Yuda's turn. He holds the ballot paper up to the camera, and under the eyes of Superintendent Shambira, he has little choice but to vote for Mugabe. Watch how delicately Shambira helps. This is how the votes were rigged.
0, 0, 1, 9, 6, 1, 6, 5.
Then I took my ballpoint in front of them, in full view of every prison officer, and it wasn't secret because you voted in front of them. You could see them all looking at you when you were voting. Then I put my X on Robert Mugabe. This was the most difficult moment of my life because I've never been ZANU-PF.
Shepherd Yuda's wife is 7 months pregnant. They are packing and preparing to run for their lives. They have now made it out of the country. But he has risked all this, his family, his home and his life, to expose to the world just how Robert Mugabe has stolen his vote and his country.